Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Well, man, oh man, it's been a fun season so far. It's all going to come to a close tonight here at Gary Ernst Court between the Mountain View Toros and their crosstown rival, the Mesa Jackrabbits. Hello, everybody. This broadcast is brought to you by F3 Energy. And my name is Nate Smith. These two teams all familiar with each other. Mesa came out victorious in the last matchup. January 29th, they played Mountain View at home. They won 47-41. Just one win on the 10-game win streak, dating back to January 9th when they first beat Westwood, and they've been on a roll ever since. The latest victory for the Jackrabbits, a 62-35 victory at the hands of Red Mountain. And on the flip side for Mountain View, they would have a very long win streak of their own, also starting January 9th versus the Skyline Coyotes. With that 8-game win streak derailed at the hands of the Jackrabbits. They're on a bit of a roll. Mountain View has won their last 3 games. Bit of a road trip for them. They played at Mesa, lost that one, of course. Beat Westwood 61-5. Beat Red Mountain in the second Battle of Brown Road. They win the series 2-0. Then they beat Dobson on the road. Mesa High getting off to a quick start. That shot, no good. The second shot, also no good. Emma Fishbeck taking it the other way. She's the leader in points per game with 15. Usual suspects for Mountain View, Roxy Del Bianco, Shay Roberson, as well as Aubrey Fuentes. And Roxy Del Bianco loses control of it. Back out to Fuentes. In the corner, that one a little too strong. She gets her own rebound. Roberson back to Ahlstrom for 3. That one also too strong. Right to Fuentes. She regathers it. Back out to Fishbeck. To the outside to Del Bianco. She has a look. Pulls for 3. Cash it in. And it's a good start for the Toros. Starting 5 for the Jackrabbits. Charlie Pacheco, Jaila Ramirez, Kennedy Hayes, and the phenom Taylor Morris, standing 6'4", number 24. Only a sophomore. Eleka Va'itafa. Mountain View in transition gives to Ahlstrom. She's guarded by Pacheco, back to Roberson. Morris in pursuit, Del Bianco to Ahlstrom in the same spot, cash it in! And that's been a game the Toros have been strong at. They're out to a 6-0 lead early. Mountain View with a win tonight will be their first season with 20 wins rather, since 2014. It's been more than 10 years since Mountain View has made it to the 20-win mark. Ahlstrom once again for 3. She's got it! A 9-0 run for the Toros. And Coach Fonseca will call a quick timeout. 30-second timeout for the Jackrabbits as they have exploded out of the gate. nothing new for Millie Ahlstrom, averaging 11.3 points per game. Lethal from beyond the arc. Pacheco resetting the pace, guarded by Millie Ahlstrom. To the outside to Morris. She drives, kicks it out. That's number 12, Kennedy Hayes for three. Too strong off the rim. A hard collision with Emma Fishbeck involved. She is okay. A physical game from both teams. Hayes inside, that one denied. Good paint defense from the Toros. Fishbeck the other way with the now. Fuentes to Ahlstrom, back to Roxy Del Bianco. That one, good defense that time by Charlie Pacheco. Fuentes with it now, trying to dish it inside. Gets it to Roberson, over Morris, and Morris got a hand on that one. Roberson trying to go over the top of the 6'4", Jordan Morris. Make it Taylor Morris, I beg your pardon. Pacheco, she gets double guarded, make it triple guarded. Slices into the paint, the short shot is good, called bank for Pacheco. Del Bianco with it now, she drives, layup is good. Roxy Del Bianco and Mountain View on a bit of a roll. Long pass, that one intercepted by Fishbeck. She high pointed it like a receiver. Fishbeck to Roberson. Back to Fishbeck, guarded by Va'itafa. Picks up the miss. Over on the other end, Pacheco. The layup is good from Charlie Pacheco. Back-to-back baskets for her. And Mesa running that same full court press look, and Pacheco having a few good series, draws the foul. And Shea Roberson picks up her first. Two players doing all the scoring for the Toros early in this one. Roxy Del Bianco and Millie Ahlstrom. And Mountain View quickly takes it away. Del Bianco, the drive, loses control of it, saves it to the hands of Emma Fishbeck. What a move! And shot is no good, but Del Bianco saves it nonetheless. That one poked away, taking it the other way now is Kennedy Hayes. The step back is a little too short, and the second chance opportunity rolls right in from Vanessa Cordova. And Mountain View back on the other end, threatening in the blink of an eye. Ahlstrom guarded by Kennedy Hayes, kicks it out to Fishbeck. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Over the top of Morris. Fishbeck for three! Over the top of Taylor Morris. Pacheco plows into the paint. The layup is good. Charlie Pacheco. Del Bianco quickly on the other end. A wide open lane for Del Bianco, swatted by Morris. Quickly to Pacheco. Layup from Pacheco, foul called on the play. That one on Emma Fishbeck. But Taylor Morris with a nice block on the other end. And Pacheco will shoot two after the foul. Pacheco with 8.9 points per game, 3.8 rebounds. Misses the second one. Ahlstrom taking it the other way. Give to Katie Christensen, a fresh body in the game. Fishbeck driving on Morris. Step back, good. And Pacheco picks up the foul. Millie Ahlstrom says, my bad. They hash out their defensive errors during the timeout. Camila Elicio on deck to check in for the Jackrabbits. Cordova, that one knocked away by Ahlstrom. Strong defensive stand that time. And Christensen bats it away, tries to save it, but a good defensive stand nonetheless. And Vanessa Cordova heads back towards the bench. And a fresh body for Mesa. Ramirez guarded by Del Bianco. Evie Hoover also in the game for the Jackrabbits. Pacheco puts it up. Does not pick up the end one, but a hard-fought effort nonetheless in picking up the foul. Nika Vaitafa on deck now for the Jackrabbits to check in. Charlie Pacheco having one heck of a first quarter thus far. 8 points on the night so far for Pacheco. As Taylor Morris will get a much needed break. Does not hit the second one. Fishbeck quickly in transition. Quickly to the paint. The short shot falls short. Fishbeck, her own rebound. And Vaitafa called for the foul. I beg your pardon, it's Alicio called for the foul. And Fishbeck will make the first one. And Taylor Morris is headed back in. Mountain View with a 7-point lead against their old rival. Jyla Ramirez double guarded in a hurry. And losing control of it was Charlie Pacheco. And Mountain View with an opportunity to extend their lead to double digits. Jay Roberson, Hoover from downtown. That one off the rim, no good. Morris with the rebound. To give to Pacheco. Pacheco kicks it out to Ramirez. Morris for three. That one also a little too strong. And in pursuit was Vaitafa. Could not save that one. Entering the 1 minute mark of the first quarter, Toros 18, the Jackrabbits 10. Vaitafa. Fishbeck. And she is slowly catching fire late in the first quarter. She's at 9. Lead now at 10 for Mountain View. Pacheco driving, and it's going to be a travel on Pacheco. Charlie Pacheco called for the travel. And by extension, Mountain View will have another possession. Roxy Del Bianco with it now. Shea Roberson guarded by Taylor Morris. Fishbeck, the three-pointer, cash it in! 12 points in the first quarter for Fishbeck. Less than 20 to go in the first now. Pacheco double guarded. They give to Cordova around the outside. They give inside. That's Vaitafa. Shot is no good. Pacheco trying to fake out Del Bianco. 5 seconds left of the first. Pacheco puts it up. That one blocked by Roxy Del Bianco. And Mountain View has stormed into a 13-point lead against the Mesa Jackrabbits. But remember, guys, we've got 3 quarters of basketball to go, so stay with us on Bamboo Sports Media. (23-10) our score. The hometown heroes, the Mountain View Toros, have the lead. Whole band going. Playing some good tunes as always. Evie Hoover, the drive inside. Euro is no good. A foul called. And that's on Charlie Pacheco. And Hoover with the opportunity to score her first points of the night, but Charlie Pacheco had a good first quarter with 8 points. As Hoover leaves that one short. Hoover, the second one, rattles in. Taylor Morris back in for the Jackrabbits. Pacheco guarded by Roberson. Roberson, she is a shooter, but she can get it done on defense. Cordova to Taylor Morris, using that 6'4" frame to her ability. For Cordova for 3. That one, a little bit of an awkward shot there. Hit the rim and the backboard. Hoover taking it for the Toros now. Give to Fishbeck, guarded by Vaitafa. Fishbeck right by the Jackrabbits. And head coach Katie Fonseca will call another timeout for the Jackrabbits. Still a variety of games to look forward to both today and tomorrow. But when it's all said and done, the bracket show for all levels, 6A, 4A, 3A, the Copper region will air 9 o'clock in the morning on Valentine's Day. So before you go to your white cloth dinner like Outback Steakhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse or Chick-fil-A, if you have a reservation for it, go tune in to the 9 a.m. bracket show at Arizona's Family. Both of these teams more than likely going to be headed into the Open. And Mesa, do they continue their rampage into the playoffs? Just a lot to be determined here. As in the first 8 games, the Jackrabbits were 3-5. And they have just exploded out of the gate. Aubrey Fuentes, layup is good. Aubrey Fuentes. The glue to the unit. Pacheco quickly, and oh man! Send out the SWAT team, Emma Fishbeck, on paint patrol. Now that was a block. Quickly to Morris. Morris, the high shot over Ahlstrom. That one is no good. She calls for the foul. Evie Hoover with it now. Gets right by Morris. And that one tipped. Evie Hoover still gets it though. Fishbeck, the drive. And Fishbeck, the layup is good. 16 for Emma Fishbeck. And we're not even at the half. Jyla Ramirez, nice move on Evie Hoover. Ramirez, layup is good. Jackrabbits trying to crawl back into it. Ahlstrom. Ahlstrom guarded by Morris. Hoover for three. That one too strong. Morris with the rebound. And Taylor Morris called for the foul. Kennedy Hayes will now check in. Emma Fishbeck inbounds to Roxy Del Bianco. Del Bianco on the outside. Back to Fishbeck. Del Bianco to Roberson in the corner. Look out. That one too strong. Fishbeck tries to knock it to one of her teammates, but in the hands of the Jackrabbits. With it now is Hayes. Foul on the Toros. That's on Del Bianco, and that's her second. And Katie Christensen will sub in. Give to Hayes. In the corner is Pacheco. Back to Hayes, guarded by Fuentes. Tight defense from Fuentes. Hayes lets it fly. That one too strong. Push call on Mountain View. And Pacheco loses control of it, and Millie Ahlstrom called for the push. Alicio back to Hayes, and that pass too low. And Mountain View will get the ball call this time. And a little bit of aggression from both teams. And a new face for the Toros, Tierra Metcalf. As Millie Ahlstrom gets a much-needed break. And we resume action at Gary Ernst Court. Toros with a 30-12 lead against the Jackrabbits. Roberson, the drive, into the paint, dishes it out to Fuentes. But an offensive foul on Mountain View. Jyla Ramirez back to Pacheco. She's been doing a lot of heavy lifting. And the physicality for both teams being on display. Now Eve Denton enters the fray. And Emma Fishbeck also back in too. Jyla Ramirez guarded by Denton. Ramirez, whistle called before the rack attack. And Ramirez will shoot free throws. Makes the first. Jyla Ramirez, 4.3 points per game. Leader in assists with 4.1. And banks the second one. Less than 5 to go. Katie Christensen with it now. Gives to Metcalf. Fishbeck pulls up. Mid-range. Perfect. She's close to 20 points in the first half alone. Pacheco and Ramirez, a little back and forth between them. Pacheco into the paint, and a foul called. And Christensen picks up the foul. And Pacheco nearing the double-digit mark for points. And that one bounces in off the back of the iron. Christensen gives to Del Bianco. Del Bianco ahead of steam. Pushes back. Guarded by Va'itafa. And calling for the travel, says the official. Taylor Morris back in for the Toros. Mesa doing anything they can to cut the lead. Lead at 16. With 4 to go in the first half. Pacheco, that shot too strong. Del Bianco to the outside to Roberson. And Tiara Metcalf, the fadeaway, that one, no good. Fishbeck tries to save it. But Jackrabbits basketball. And we have a whistle. Resuming play. Jyla Ramirez. And Pacheco, who's seemingly been on the court since the opening tip-off. Pacheco, the outside to Hayes. That one too strong. Fishbeck with the rebound. Quickly to Ahlstrom. What a save. Ahlstrom, head of steam. Eve Denton back to Ahlstrom. Kicks it out to Roberson. Back to Fishbeck. Loses control of it. Guarded by Va'itafa. Trying to get it inside. Back out to Roberson. That one left it short. Va'itafa on a drive. That one taken away by Mountain View. Make it Shea Roberson. Roberson to Del Bianco. Trying to drifts inside. Back to Fishbeck. And that one saved by Hayes. But the official says out of bounds, Mesa. Ahlstrom to inbound. She gives to Roberson. And Bianco for 3. Banks it home! And Mountain View is letting it fly tonight. Evie Hoover in the game. And Camelia Alicio. That's a travel on the Jackrabbits. And the Toros with an opportunity to extend their lead to 20 if they wanted to. Evie Hoover into the paint. Back to Fishbeck. Thought about the 3. Plows into the paint. Back to Roberson. A sweet pass. Shea Roberson. Credit where credit is due. Emma Fishbeck with a sweet pass inside. Morris for three. That one no good, and Fishbeck with the rejection. Pacheco with it now. Morris, the mid-range floater, good. Taylor Morris on the sheet. Fishbeck for three. That one is no good. Took about an eternity to fall to the ground, it seems. Morris rifles it to Hayes, and a travel by Kennedy Hayes. Approaching the a minute 30 mark. Of the first half. Fishbeck, the step back, no good, but she's headed to the line with an opportunity for 20. Emma Fishbeck with the free throws. That one off the mark, no good. Second one is no good, but a foul on the floor. Mesa called for the foul again. Roxy Del Bianco inbounding once more for Mountain View. It's another possession that's gone Mountain View's favor. Hoover with it now. The screen. Del Bianco from beyond the arc. That one off the mark, no good. Shea Roberson, a second chance. And Millie Alstrom, nice move. Fouled by Taylor Morris. And Millie Alstrom is back to the line. Alstrom misses the first. And Leka Va'itafa back in for Taylor Morris. Alstrom makes the second one, though. 7 points for Alstrom. And Vanessa Cordova, that one denied once more. And a travel on the Toros, but another defensive stand from Emma Fishbeck. Inbounding is Ramirez, just fires it off of Del Bianco. That's a high IQ play. Mesa runs the stack, give to Pacheco, guarded by Evie Hoover. 1 minute left of the first half. Pacheco just chucks it at the rim. That one no good. And foul called that time on Vanessa Cordova of Mesa. And Evie Hoover will head to the line, trying to extend this lead to 20 points. Hoover, the second shot. That one too short. Va'itafa with the rebound. Taking it the other way is Hayes. The pass to Ramirez. Now less than 1 minute to go in the first half. Mountain View leads by 20. And good defensive stand from Del Bianco. One word to describe Mountain View's defense: clamps. Ramirez on the outside. The battle for Mesa. Who reigns supreme? Pacheco, the and one, does not get the and one opportunity, but she's headed to the line once again. With 30 seconds to go. Trying to build some momentum going into the second half of this one. First one is no good. Second one is perfect, however. Katie Christensen with it now, guarded by Cordova. Hoover to Del Bianco. Look out for Fishbeck. She has 20, or on the verge of 20 in the first half. Ostrom, the foul. The foul on Pacheco. Pacheco with 3 fouls. Ginny Wilson on deck to check in for the Toros. And the first one is good. Lead back at 21 for Mountain View. And Tierra Metcalf back in. Checking out is Millie Alstrom. 10.2 on the clock. Let's see what Mesa can do with the time allotted. And tripped up there was Ramirez. And Evie Hoover gets called for the foul. And Ramirez back at the line. And the first one good from Ramirez. And Fishbeck is back in. So is Millie Alstrom. Ramirez, the second shot, no good. Alstrom with it now. 3, 2, Fishbeck does not attempt the shot, but Mountain View with a 20-point lead against a team that they lost by 6 against a few weeks ago. Still a whole second half to go, so stay with us on Bamboo Sports Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome to the court, the Mountain View Toro, G.E. Paul.
Is high.
probably their best game of the year against a rival who has won 10 games in a row, including a 47-41 victory over the Mountain View Toros. The Mesa Jackrabbits trail this one by 20, and the Toros have just basically fired off on all cylinders. Emma Fishbeck, 18 points, a couple of defensive stands for her too. It basically has been the Emma Fishbeck show on the Mountain View side of things. Charlie Pacheco, however, on the Mesa side of things, she's getting it done on both ends for the Jackrabbits. She's having herself a good game. 11 points on the night. Taylor Morris being held to 2 points. Leading scorer, who's averaging 15.6, being neutralized in this game. This broadcast brought to you by F3 Energy. My name is Nate Smith, and this will be the final time you'll see us this season. It's been one heck of a year for the Mountain View Toros, both boys and girls basketball. Hope to see you guys in the fall. We got a little pause for the game ball. Going to be Mesa possession following the half break. Pacheco inbounds, and Principal Mike Oliver hyping the student section up. You like to see that out of your principal. Pacheco guarded by Roberson, now guarded by Fuentes. Fuentes hits the deck hard, and a foul called, and Pacheco cannot believe it. That's her fourth, and the Jackrabbits cannot believe it. And Vanessa Cordova will check in for Pacheco, who is now in foul trouble. Usual suspects in for the Toros: Del Bianco, Fuentes, Alstrom, Fishbeck, Roberson. And we got a whistle and an offensive foul on Emma Fishbeck. Happened down low. And here's that full court press look we've seen all too familiarly. Ramirez, the drive, kicks it out to Va'itafa. The shot is strong. Fuentes knocks it out of bounds. Taylor Morris to Cordova, back to Morris. Morris, the step back three. Three-pointer is good for Taylor Morris. Fuentes guarded by Va'itafa. Emma Fishbeck along the outside. And Kennedy Hayes called for the foul. And Hayes called for the technical. And that's a critical technical foul. Roberson headed to the line. She makes the first, makes the second, and Mountain View will have possession. Hayes back on the floor for the Jackrabbits. Roxy Del Bianco for three. Cash money. Straight cash, homie. Roxy Del Bianco, her third three-pointer of the game. That one knocked away by Ahlstrom, regathered by Ahlstrom. To Del Bianco, to Roberson. Look out! Too strong. Rebound to Va'itafa. The long pass to Morris. Morris for three. That one too strong. Rebound to Fishbeck. Ahlstrom along the outside. Ahlstrom to Fishbeck, guarded by Hayes. Lets it fly. That one flat, no good. Va'itafa. Pass to Morris. Back to Ramirez. Hayes. The layup, no good. Left too strong. And Jackrabbits will take possession. And head coach Katie Fonseca will call a timeout. And Mountain View still extending their lead. 22-point lead for the Toros. In Mesa, they had momentum. Kennedy Hayes called for the foul, and then the technical foul. Mesa, one of the teams that got hit hard by this thing called graduation. 6 seniors graduated, but left a long-lasting impact. Taylor Morris, the freshman, leader in points per game last year with 14.2. She has 5 tonight. Make it 6. And a foul on Mesa. That's a push call. And Camila Alicio will sub in. Ramirez headed back towards court side. Nelly Ahlstrom guarded, double guarded. Del Bianco with it now. They give to Christensen inside to Ahlstrom. All-around ball passing. Fishbeck from beyond the arc. Thought about the three to Del Bianco. Back to Roberson, back to Ahlstrom. Del Bianco gets Morris jumping. That one too short. Katie Christensen with a rebound. Ahlstrom guarded by Va'itafa to step back. That one rims out. And Taylor Morris wrestles for the rebound. Less than 5 to go in the third quarter. Mountain View with a considerable lead against the Mesa Jackrabbits. And Emma Fishbeck called for the foul. And Emma Fishbeck called for the foul. Charlie Pacheco back in for the Jackrabbits. Fishbeck headed towards the bench, replaced by Evie Hoover. And the lob to Va'itafa. The layup is no good from the bad part of the rim. Christensen, Mountain View on a fast break. Del Bianco to Ahlstrom, the corner three, look out. That one no good. Rebound to the Jackrabbits. Cordova takes it the other way. That pass usurped by Del Bianco. And a foul called. And a foul called on Cordova. And Shea Roberson will inbound for the Toros. Katie Christensen back to Evie Hoover, guarded by Kennedy Hayes. Millie Ahlstrom along the outside, as well as Katie Christensen. Evie Hoover also in the corner. Del Bianco to drive. Evie Hoover, Millie Ahlstrom, less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Roxy Del Bianco from downtown. That one too strong. Morris regathers it. Pacheco, the drive into the paint. The step, no good. Christensen regathers it. To Millie Ahlstrom, quickly to Evie Hoover, and Hoover, the easy basket for Evie Hoover. And the Toros will call a timeout after another fast break opportunity from Mountain View. Well, they kept Emma Fishbeck quiet in the third quarter. She had 18 in the first half, 12 in the first quarter alone. But it's a matter of capitalizing on opportunities. And Mesa unable to generate momentum in the last game of the year. Christensen, Del Bianco, Ahlstrom, Hoover, and Roberson. For the Jackrabbits is Hayes, Ramirez, Alicio, Morris, and Va'itafa. Ramirez to Morris. Bit of a mismatch between Ahlstrom and Morris. The running layup is no good. Mountain View with numbers. Mesa closes the gap in a hurry. Ahlstrom, the drive into the paint over Morris. Unsuccessful, does not make the shot. Morris rifles it to Hayes. Hayes steps back on Del Bianco. A nice move from Kennedy Hayes. And Hayes steals it right back. Layup is no good. Morris with the second chance opportunity. Less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Ahlstrom guarded by Va'itafa. Ahlstrom wins that battle. And Mountain View has surpassed 50 points. And an errant pass from the Jackrabbits. Looking for either Kennedy Hayes or Taylor Morris. Del Bianco with it now, pass to Evie Hoover. Making a move on Ramirez. Ahlstrom outside, Christensen with it now. Back to Hoover. All comes back to Del Bianco. Makes a move from the free throw line. Del Bianco. And the Jackrabbits call another timeout. They regather. Make a new strategy. Mountain View with a dominating lead, 52-28. And the Jackrabbits 9-0 in region make it the East Valley. They've had a valiant run in the last 13 games, 11-2. Their first 12 games, not the same story, 4-8. And then going back to last year, they were 18-12, 9-1 in region. They lost in the first round of the Open to Hamilton, 53-40. Ended up going to the 6A bracket, went to the semifinals, and then they again lost to Hamilton 61-40. to 47. And for Mountain View, pending a disastrous finish, if they win, they finish the season with 20 wins. It'll be the first time since 2014 where they finished 21-11 under Henry Bribieskis, who coaches for Dobson. Morris for three. Taylor Morris. To Christensen, Evie Hoover, good defense by Morris. Christensen, a wide open lane for her. She steps inside. And a foul called on Mesa. And Camila Alicio. Katie Christensen back at the line. She makes the first. First points of the game for Katie Christensen. And a second good. Pacheco hustles into the paint, and the shot, no good. Tries to pick up the foul. Mesa will receive the inbound. Inbounding is Pacheco. Taylor Morris from downtown. That one off the mark, no good. And Vaitafa, that layup, no good. Pacheco regathers it. Drives into the pay dirt. That one, no good. Whistle and a foul. That one on number 5, Evie Hoover. Mesa still fighting hard in this one, keeping calm and carrying on. Ginny Wilson and Shea Roberson in for Mountain View. Katie Christensen, Millie Alstrom heads back to courtside. And both free throws missed. Vaitafa, the second chance. Evie Hoover. That's Kendall Cox, new face in the game. Roberson pulls for three. Cash it in. Evie Hoover takes it away. Toro's going with it now. Hoover guarded by Pacheco to Ginny Wilson. To Cox. Cox inside to Wilson. The layup, no good. Wilson, the second chance. That one, no good as well. Pacheco going the other way now for the Jackrabbits. Gives to Morris. Morris rifles it to Hayes. Hayes, the setback. Shea Roberson with the defense. Vaitafa, the second chance. Three seconds left, and Mountain View will not get a shot off. Toros still lead by 22 points. Still a fourth quarter to go in the battle for Mesa. So stay with us on Bamboo Sports Media. Pending a incredible comeback, one for the ages, Mesa is on the ropes against the Toros. Ginny Wilson outside to Fuentes, back to Fishbeck, and blows right through Va'itafa. And a whistle and a foul on Mountain View. That's Ginny Wilson. Kennedy Hayes inbounding for Mesa. Charlie Pacheco driving to Taylor Morris. Pacheco driving, kicks it out to Morris. Three-pointer on the way. That one too strong. Fishbeck taking it the other way. Fishbeck to Roberson. Look out, turbulence. Blocked at the top by Morris. And Pacheco heaves the three. That one no good. Had a high angle and both players tumble. Fishbeck and Hayes. Waiting the call. It's going to be called against Kennedy Hayes. Millie Ulstrom in for the Toros. And Ramirez will sub in for Va'itafa. Ulstrom kicks it out to Fishbeck. And Fishbeck. And the foul on Fishbeck. She's called for the push. She's called for the push, and we have a whistle. And we often find ourselves what makes a rivalry. Miras kicks it out to Cordova. That one, a little bit of turbulence by Christensen. Morris, that one too short. And a whistle and a push. And Fuentes called for the push. But we find ourselves asking the question, what makes a rivalry a rivalry? It's intensity, grit, and maybe distance. Morris for three again. That one rattles off the rim. Pacheco takes it out. Pacheco thinks about the three, lets it fly. That one too strong. And Shea Roberson posting up to Taylor Morris. And Mountain View calls a timeout. Coach Mandy Carson will regather the troops. And Mountain View, with a finish, will finish 20-6. Of course, awaiting their seed in the bracket show, 9 o'clock on Valentine's Day. Hope you didn't have plans in the morning, that is. Like a reservation at Fogo de Chao. Evie Hoover to inbound. And that one, nice defense that time by Ramirez. Morris for three. That one too strong. Morris gets her own rebound. Gives to Pacheco. The outside to Hayes. Fires a three. That one too short. Ulstrom with it now. Mesa with numbers. And she gets called for the carry. Pacheco receives the inbound. Ramirez gives to Pacheco again. Cordova back to Morris. Morris goes right behind Alstrom, and Morris and Roxy Del Bianco nearly loses her balance from the free throw line as Del Bianco. Morris back the other way to Pacheco. Try to get it inside to Morris. Ramirez, the floater. That one left too short. Christensen with the rebound. And Christensen is called for the travel. And the Toro faithful not liking that call. And Vanessa Cordova back to courtside. Va'itafa back in for the Jackrabbits. Morris for three again. That one off the rim, no good. Evie Hoover back the other way. And Hoover gets that one. Good save from Pacheco. Ramirez with it now. Driving. Ramirez layup is no good. Va'itafa, the second chance, but a foul on the floor. That's going against Katie Christensen. Eve for Evie. Eve Denton back in for the Toros. Less than 5 minutes to go in the game. The odds favoring Mountain View. And Va'itafa, the layup is short. And Pacheco gets the second chance opportunity. And Pacheco with 13 points on the night. And Taylor Morris and Charlie Pacheco both even at 13. Pacheco best in the first quarter. She had an 8 there. And in the third, it was Taylor Morris, also with 8. Emma Fish-Beckman held quiet. Mountain View with 3 players above double digits. Emma Fishbeck, Millie Alstrom, and Roxy Del Bianco. As Mountain View derails the Jackrabbits' momentum entering the postseason. As for Mountain View, they're riding into the playoffs on a 4-game win streak. Del Bianco inbounding. Alstrom saves it. Guarded by Taylor Morris. And she nearly gets fouled. Finally a whistle called. Taylor Morris picks up the foul. Make it Ramirez. Alstrom to Del Bianco. Nice move on Hayes. And Eve Denton hits the deck. No whistle there. Jenny Wilson, all ball that time by Va'itafa. That was a nice move by Va'itafa, getting all ball that time. That doesn't happen very often. Del Bianco fires it off of Morris. About the same play we saw earlier from the Mesa Jackrabbits. And Morris gets some turbulence that time, taken it the other way as Ramirez. Layup from Ramirez is good. She has 7. Ahlstrom double guarded, gives to Del Bianco. Del Bianco inside to Eve Denton, too strong. Ginny Wilson puts it up, no foul called. Hayes, Pacheco the other way, and Eve Denton from behind. Roberson with it now, trying to poke it away is Hayes, to no avail. Denton with it now, to Del Bianco. Give to Ahlstrom. Ahlstrom to Wilson. Back to Del Bianco. To Ahlstrom. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ahlstrom trying to make a move. Puts it inside to Wilson. The layup is good! Puts it up. That one's good. From Kennedy Hayes. And a whistle and a foul. Kennedy Hayes with the foul, and we have some words back and forth. Just saying there, let's call it Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. And we resume the action. Alicio back in for Mesa. Fuentes to Del Bianco, look out! That shot no good, reset and pace. To Evie Hoover, shot clock resets. Del Bianco to Fuentes. And a foul by Ramirez. Vanessa Cordova back in for the Jackrabbits. That one knocked out of bounds by Morris. Tight defense by Ramirez. And the possession's gonna go to the Jackrabbits. And Del Bianco tries to save it to no avail. Cordova driving on Roberson, and a travel called on Cordova. Mountain View takes over. Evie Hoover with it now. Ahlstrom the other way. Less than 2 minutes to go on what has been an amazing season for Mountain View. Inside, Ahlstrom fakes out Morris, but a travel called on Ahlstrom. Jyla Ramirez to Morris. Inside to Vi Tafa. Tafa, mid-range, no good. Evie Hoover with it now. And Morris called for another foul. It's her third. Evie Hoover will head to the line, shooting 2. First one, no good. And Hoover drains the second one. 5 points for Evie Hoover. And Del Bianco with a nice move. Ostrom inside, the shot, too strong, off the window. Pacheco in pursuit. Pacheco drives, the floater is too strong, knocked out of the hands of a Jackrabbit, and officials concur. It's Jackrabbits basketball. Less than 1 minute to go. Less than 1 minute to go in the game. Worse, the gift to Pacheco. Layup is no good. Fuentes hits the ground. And Fuentes will head to the line to shoot 2. First one no good from Fuentes, and it will cap off a stellar season for the Mountain View Toros. And a standing ovation from the Toro faithful. Such an amazing atmosphere here at Gary Young's Court. It's like you never want to leave. Passive play from the Toros. Take it back. Hoover drives. Foul called. And Fuentes called for the foul. And Mesa with a complete line change, getting their some reps in. Hoover playing stellar defense. 6-5, 4. And the streak is snapped. Mountain View wins it. 9-0 turns to 9-1. Mountain View snaps a 10-game win streak, and the officials blow a whistle. 2.2 on the clock. Well, let's redo everything. 2.2 on the clock. 61-43. And game over. The Toros win it. They beat the Jackrabbits. Undefeated in the region no more. They snap the 10-game win streak by a score of 61-43. And for the Toros, it's their first 20-win season for the first time since 2014. An incredible game from the Mountain View Toros, who previously lost to the Jackrabbits 47-41. Completely different story here tonight as the Toros rout the Jackrabbits 61-43. Postgame coming to you shortly on Bamboo Sports Media. Well, it was a story into this one. Does Mountain View come back and face adversity against a team that they're all too familiar with in the Mesa Jackrabbits? The answer is yes, and I think they handled adversity pretty well. They took that 47-41 loss and they used it in their favor, and they beat them by almost 20 points, to say the least. They neutralized their leading scorer in Taylor Morris, who was averaging well over 13 points per game. I think they did a good job at playing defense, keeping her contained. Emma Fishbeck, 3 good defensive stands in the first half to kind of neutralize that threat, as well as a multitude of factors. Some lights out shooting from both Fishbeck, Del Bianco, and Millie Alstrom. And for Mesa, sure, you have a 10-game win streak, you lose it, it's fine. Being undefeated in region, it's a big honor, but it's not going to make or break your season. You're still going to be into the postseason regardless of what happens, and the same with Mountain View here. Mountain View, they've won 20 games for the first time since 2014. They're riding high on the momentum. Mesa, they got some momentum too. Less of it after this loss, but it's all going to come down to the 9 a.m. open bracket show on Valentine's Day. Telling you, hope you don't have plans, because these next couple days are going to be absolute cinema. Now, if you want to see more at Bamboo Sports Media, you can follow our Instagram at Bamboo Sports Media. If you want to see more of me, go to my Instagram at AZNateSmith. But Bamboo Sports Media, if you want to book a photographer or videographer, we got you. We got the skills to capture the vibe of high school sports in its entirety. We'll see you there. Signing off for this season, let me tell you, it's been a great season. We look forward to seeing you next time here on Bamboo Sports Media. I'm Nate Smith, and we'll see you next season.